What?
Is there karaoke today?
I think so sometime. Why?
I'm gonna sing this American Pie song.
Are you? Okay. I'll come record it. What's that guy's stash say? Here with our parade, but we'll get out and on our way back here in just a moment. Oh, look at all the ducks! Lots of little ducks. Alright, so how'd everyone like the water? Everyone have fun? Woo! Yeah? Good. It's a beautiful day today. Alright, before we head back, I want to tell you a little bit about myself and how I ended up here in Alaska. So, I am 19 years old. I am from Layton, Utah, and I just moved here about a month ago. I came up here for the summer to work. I am in school, so I go to Utah State University, and I just wanted a fun summer job, so put in jobs in Alaska, and I ended up here in Ketchikan. So it's been a good job for me, but I will be returning to school in the fall to study biology. So it'll be fun, but it's a little bit about me. Alright, I have a couple more stories for you all before we get back. So, I'm from Utah. We didn't do anything like this where I'm from, but here in Ketchikan, they have what's called the 8th grade survival trip. Do we have any 8th graders with us today? Yes? Alright. So, how it works is the 8th grade survival trip actually takes place of the science final for our students. So instead of taking a final science test, they go on this little trip. Now how it works is they're given 3 things. So, they're allowed to bring a tin can with them. In this tin can, they put whatever they can fit, like a pocket knife, matches, fishing line, fishing hook, and they fill up these cans with rice, along with their cans. They are also given a small piece of string and a small section of tarp. Now with these 3 items, our students are picked up by the Coast Guard, and they get dropped off on one of our many islands here around Ketchikan. Now with these items, they have to survive for 3 days and 2 nights, all on their own. So what they will do is they will get to their islands and they will go and they have to build their own shelters. So they'll use their string and their tarp and they go and make shelters for themselves. They also have to collect all their own food, so they go out at low tide and they look for any mussels or clams or anything that they can eat here in the wild. And they also have to cook up all their own food. So they do have a campfire building competition among all these students. Now whoever builds their campfire the fastest, their prize is actually half of a hot dog. So wow. Those kids will tell you it's the best meal they've had in their whole life if they win those hot dogs. But it's kind of a fun trip for our students here. It also teaches some very important skills. There are actually more people in Ketchikan. So these trips teach them some important things to survive if anything were to go wrong while they're out on the waters. So that's kind of a fun aspect of life here in Ketchikan. Oh wow. Alright, we got a couple more minutes before we get back. So, before we get back, I told you I'd have a quiz for you all. So who remembers their 5 types of salmon? What do we got? Chum, sockeye, king, silver, pinky, pink. Good work, everyone. Hope you remember that for the rest of your life because it's the most useful information ever, I know. Alright, I also have So I have a couple rubber duckies up here. And these are prizes for the trivia questions that I'm about to ask you all. So, we'll see if anyone knows any of their Alaska state trivia. So, does anyone know what the state mammal is here in Alaska?
The moose.
Yes, it is the moose. Good job. You can come grab a duck from me at the end. I would throw it, but I did that once and it went right out the window. So I'm not gonna throw ducks anymore. Does anyone know what the state flower is?
Forget me not.
Yes, the forget-me-not. We got a couple there. Anyone know what the state bird is?
Ptarmigan.
Willow
Yeah,
ptarmigan.
the willow ptarmigan. That's right. There's actually a funny story about the ptarmigan. So, ptarmigan is spelled with a PH, and there's actually a town in Alaska that wanted to name their city after the state bird, the willow ptarmigan. But when they were filling out the paperwork, they realized that they had no idea how to spell ptarmigan. So they actually named their town Chicken instead. So there is a Chicken, Alaska, if anyone ever wants to visit. Does anyone know what the state fish is?
Salmon.
It is the salmon, but what kind of salmon?
King.
The king salmon, that's right. Heard it from someone. Anyone know what the state marine mammal is? It's kind of a tricky one.
It's like some kind of whale.
It is a type of whale. It's not the orca,
Sperm whale.
not the humpback.
Sperm whale.
It's
No.
actually the bowhead whale,
What?
which is nicknamed to the right whale. There's a couple different names for it. Alright, we're gonna come back into downtown here. I have a couple more things to point out. So you might have noticed we have lots of totem poles here. We actually have the largest collection here in Ketchikan of anywhere in the world. So on the corner here is the Thundering Wings totem pole. This is one of my personal favorites here in town. I think it's a really cool one. We also have on the roof of this building here is another flag mural, the Tongass Trading Store. That is the other flag mural that was painted by artist Scott Lebedo. We saw one of his other murals here today. We also have the Sourdough Bar on our right here, this blue building. Now, they have a historical site in here. It's actually called the Wall of Shame. And on this wall, there are pictures of all the different shipwrecks that have happened here around Ketchikan.